Are you listening? Damn. Yeah. Yeah.
Another episode of Trash Talk. I am Damian Hill. With me, as always, is TJ the Thomas O'Connor. Yes, his middle name is his first name. But anyway, tonight we have CJ Hays, who is getting ready for a fight September 22nd, dude. Oh my God, it's been such a long time since we've had you on the show. Oh, I cannot wait to discuss everything, But how are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling great, man. I've just been working like a dog, just every single day, man. No days off. Uh, you know, I feel really good for this fight, man. I'm feeling really good coming back after the shoulder surgery. It seems like it's a repeat of my career, man.
Yeah.
Uh, just over and over. So hopefully this is the last one. But yeah, no, it feels good to be back, man. It's whole lot has happened. It feels like I've aged 10 years in maturity wise. Only in the maturity part, hopefully. But no, I still got it in the room, man. I'm feeling great there. Um, I don't know. I just a whole lot has changed in my life lately, and I'm in a really, really good place right now. So feeling dangerous.
Oh, dude, that's what scares me, and I also love to hear. I'm fearful only for your opponent because
Mhm.
when I know a fighter is as skilled as yourself, dude, you sound like you're in a good place. Like I can see it on your face, dude. Like I this kind of scares me a little bit because I I don't know, dude. I don't know. Like what do you? Uh, I, I'm trying to word this right.
Like, holy shit, he's healthy. What the fuck?
Yeah,
He's
like
ready.
yeah, like so the surgery and everything, right? Like
Yeah.
the recovery for that, how did everything go? I mean, obviously if you're talking about it, it's no secret, right?
Yeah.
But I just kind of want to know, like, and if anything is a secret, don't feel free to just walk away from this question. But like, how are you feeling? How did everything go? And what's the difference between post and prior? Or yeah,
So, like, Doc, Dr. Skenzel and his team at Summit Orthopedics, they've done quite a few surgeries for me. He really doesn't like when I say it to him, but I say he's been inside me more than anybody in my entire life. He does. He hates that I say it. We've had that many surgeries that like we talk like bros to each other. Like I'll come in with like for something for PT, man. Like now I'm just taking care of myself, making sure I'm seeing like professionals, making sure I'm doing everything right. Taking care of my body. And so now I'll come in, for something. He's like, sees me, he's like, "Fuck are you doing here?" And but he's the shit, man. And he's really just amazing at what he does, and his whole team's really good. They fixed me right up. It was a labrum tear. So my back labrum was still attached, but my front labrum was completely detached. We had to put a fake labrum on, basically. And and they had to do a full reconstruction of the socket, shave it down. Sounded like I was going to take forever to be back, and it felt like forever to be back. Um, you know, um, so we just took it day by day, and after the surgery, and we did this very intelligently. I feel strong as shit right now, man. I feel great. I've been grappling constantly. I've been nonstop getting my jab back because you guys know I have a really good jab, and I always have. So I made sure I got that back. Like when I first came back, it was so frustrating at first. I'm like, it's back to square one, man. So I treated it like square one. So I think I think I've rebuilt, and um, in poor taste, I've built back better. uh, yeah, that's poor taste. But yeah, too soon. Um, but no, I feel really, really good about this. Um, I feel like it's never going to come detached again. So I have no worries out there, and I have no reservations about it.
Definitely. And obviously, with the surgery that's caused the layoff now, coming up on December of 2021 was your last fight, coming into now about 20 months. How did this fight come into fruition? And tell us about what you know about your opponent Brett, and how this fight came to be.
So I have fought since that December. Not MMA, but I have fought since then. So I fought at TBA's. That's where the injury kind of was the straw that broke the camel's back, because my shoulder had literally gotten to the point where if I like whiffed on a hook, my whole shoulder was coming out of socket. Like, so if I missed a hook, it's going out. And 20 seconds into that fight, it went out. And I still went and fought like a dog, but got one arm, and against a game opponent, that's not going to work out. But I think everything that got fixed up, I started building back enough to where I thought I'd be ready to fight May 20th for that Muay Thai card. And then I ended up deciding I had some other personal matters to take care of in my life at that time. I decided, let's just kind of rebuild the shoulder, take a little longer. Well, I ended up, going sober. Well, California sober, still got my greens, but going sober, had a lot of things happen in my life that kind of affected me really negatively. So I had to make a lot of changes, and I kind of got a lot of shit figured out at that point. So I took a 24-hour notice Muay Thai fight for the main event for the Muay Thai card at Ignite in Detroit Lakes, which was an absolute blast. They took care of me, made sure that I was taken care of the whole time I was there. Came the day of the fight, stepped on the scale. As long as I was under 200, Sean Nonhoff was ready to go. And, I came in a little chubby. And I straight up said to Sean, I was like, I got one fucking round for you, and then I'm going to kick you in the dick. Give myself a nice little break. He was like, I get one too. And I'm like, I'm cool with 2 breaks. I got 1 round. And I did get 1 round, and gave him hell for 1 round. But once he found my liver not being in the greatest fight shape at that point, it kind of just took all the wind out of my sails. And I kept fighting, but man, he just kept putting my ass down. That second round, I just kind of got my ass kicked. But hats off to him, man. He came game to fight. So I had never been kicked like that in my life, and I never knew I could kick like that with no shin guards. So I have a little more confidence coming into my MMA career again. So I don't know if I kind of just danced around that question, but no, I've just been building back into fighting, and I think I've knocked off the ring rust now. So this 20-month layoff from MMA is nothing. I'm fine with that. I've been getting enough of a fight feel in the gym to where, like, I'm not missing beats. There's no pace difference anymore.
Well, that's one thing. Okay, I'm glad that you described it the way that you did, because when you said adversity, big time. Knowing that you weren't in the best shape of your life going into it or whatever, right? It puts your mind in a certain place. And I don't know where it puts your mind or whatever, but it does put it in a certain place. That's all I can call it, right? And now, once your mind has been in that certain place and you performed, the fight has happened, the outcome is the result. Now you move forward. And it seems like you're only taking the positives from that experience, like knowing, like, hey, yeah, this was the circumstances. These were all negatives, but these were all positives. And you're taking that and moving forward with it along in your next fight camp. Dude.
Oh, no, man. I took that fight. I knew going into it, I was like, you're probably going to lose. I'm like, but man, they called me at this point, man, like, I've had a lot to reflect on my life. I've had a lot of time lately. And, I don't want to miss my moments that can be something that was something I'll look back fondly on for the rest of my life. I took a fight on 24-hour notice, Muay Thai A-class main event, my first A-class Muay Thai fight, no shin guards Muay Thai. And I took it on 24-hour notice. I took it out of shape. And I went and had fun, man. I had a blast. Even though I got my ass kicked in the second round, put down 3 times in the round. Afterwards, I dusted myself off. Went down a water slide. The hotel had a water slide. That was fun. So I went down that for a few times after, like an hour after the fight. Went for a nice little walk. I went to the White Bear Meadery to go bartend the very next day. And now my shins were fucked up, so I was bartending in Crocs. But I still just went to bartend the next day. This life goes on, man. You can win, lose, draw, man. Nothing changes. Your family's gonna love you. Your friends are still gonna love you. I'm still gonna love me. So why not take the fight, man? For the culture, we're fighters. Fighters are supposed to fight. I didn't have shit to do on Saturday. I had zero plans. So I was like, I might as well go get in a fist fight. So nah, that is street cred, bro. I had fun.
Bro, oh my God. I love everything you just said. I have absolutely no question, but I'm just saying, like, dude, the mindset that you have after that experience and everything, after going through all the stuff and then still pushing forward, bro, that's perfect. That I don't do, again, there's no question. That was perfect.
Thank you. Yeah, no, it's I've had a whole lot of outlook change lately. So I think just weed's the lifestyle for me now. I think the heavy drinking and stuff like that's just something in the past, and it's definitely changed me. So
Quit drinking sober 100% from alcohol. I mean,
170 days today, ironically enough, my weight class. Yeah.
oh, okay. So I speak to more on that if you wouldn't mind.
Oh,
Like, I mean,
yeah. I mean, it was pretty obvious, change. If you go look at my interviews with you guys from 2018 to COVID. And then COVID, and then after COVID, I just kind of started drinking a lot more and taking a lot more risk. And it just spiraled, not to the point where I'm selling my fucking TV or something like that, but like I've always had to learn the hard way in life. Always learn the hard way. And it took a DWI. And, shouldn't have got behind the wheel. It was a bar right down the road from my house. Could have walked, honestly. But cops saw me leave the bar even. It was a dumbass move. And, I got caught for it and paid the consequences. And it made me think to myself, this lifestyle that I'm going down is killing me. It's going to kill me, and I'm not against alcohol. I still fucking bartend, it's just not for me. I just can't do it anymore. Just weed's my thing now. Like, it's always been my thing, but it's nice. It's a better way to live for me.
love it. The self-awareness, self-reflection.
Shout out to Rise Cannabis.
Yeah.
I love the
Is amazing. Love it.
knowing.
Are me and TJ talking over each other right now?
Yes.
Yeah, sorry
Okay.
about that.
Here, I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say really quick. And you can say what you're gonna say because what I have to say isn't a question. All right, dude. I just admire the fact, the self-awareness, and the holding yourself accountable, and then putting limits on yourself, and then sticking by it, dude. Admirable as fuck, and it's one of those things that I know only translates into fighting. So if you can do this for something that you desire to do or whatever, like if you can do this for something like that, I mean, I can only imagine how much more focused you are towards the goal. And that's all I wanted.
Yeah, man. There's no more weekend benders. It's just training, man. Training, living, going, life experiences. We just went to see Lorna Shore, Mastodon, and Gojira at the metal show out in Waite Park last weekend. I'm just living life, man. It's great.
No, that's awesome. And like what I was saying when me and Davey were talking over each other, which I apologize. But yeah, no, it's so much great. And I almost feel like you talking about this and opening up, it almost should, people should go back and re-watch this interview because thinking back to what you said, it shows so much clarity, the changes you've made and the growth you felt over the last 2 years, since the last time we've had a chance to talk and the last time we've seen you in the cage, talk about those other performances. How has camp felt leading up to this fight? And tell me what you know about your opponent, Brett By, as far as his experience and what kind of fight you're expecting come September 22nd.
Yeah, man, Brett By, really decorated, highly touted wrestler. D1, wrestled for South Dakota State. In high school, made the massive accomplishment of becoming a Fargo Greco-Roman national champion. Dude, that's the hardest tournament in America. That is 215 man brackets, some of them. Like, you can win 6 times in a row and not place at that tournament. Like, it is heavy duty. And like, yeah, dude, he's a great wrestler. I think he's still young in his fight career, and I think he's trying to fast track. He was on his second amateur fight was for Bellator, which never has amateur fights, but they put on an amateur fight for him. Now, he got the legs kicked off of him, but he showed he was game. He's tough. His first fight, he looked really well. He's really good. He throws heavy shots and likes to grapple. Likes to use the strong points, a body lock takedown. So, as another wrestler, high level wrestler, I can respect that. I respect the hustle, man. I think that's a good way to win fights. But it's just a little too early in his career to be fighting somebody as experienced as me, who's been able to mix it up and has been showing that I'm that not good enough as wrestler that I could get really good at striking. So I'm good at both now, just with that not good enough at wrestling that I could develop another skill. Could eventually just become one-dimensional.
That's hilarious because actually me and TJ have been talking about this before. Where like you could have there's been Olympic level wrestlers in the UFC.
Yeah.
Only one Olympic gold medalist has ever claimed the title.
Yeah.
There's been a few gold medalists that have tried to fight in the UFC that have never reached that belt. There's something about it. MMA wrestling is different than just wrestling. 100%.
Yeah, pretty much.
And it seems like a lot of the guys who like the guys that click into wrestling that become perfect wrestlers, they understand the sport, they understand everything, and they got all the accolades to go along with it. But for some reason can't put it together. TJ Dillashaw was never Olympic gold medalist, but he was the UFC champion. There's some, and there's plenty more examples. DC, the only exception is Henry Cejudo, really. But there's plenty of examples of guys even who went to only JUCO college or D1, but never even won a national championship, but got a world title.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not the same.
Yeah, it's very much different. I feel like if I would have known how much different MMA grappling would have been, I would have probably gone to fighting sooner because like there are still some things, that Ben, he's a mad scientist, him and Pam, there's some MMA wrestling things that they do that I've never thought to do. And I'm like, oh, wow. And like, it works. Now I do them, I pick them up, like a sponge. But yeah, that's the thing, man. Some of these high level wrestlers, like they don't develop anywhere else because they're just going to try to bring it to the ground. But I don't know, his jiu-jitsu looks pretty good too. His last fight, he was off his back a lot, and he knows what he's doing down there. He's dangerous. I'm not gonna say he's not. He's definitely dangerous in a lot of areas of the ground, but I'm dangerous there too. I have a submission victory. I have quite a bit of wrestling under my belt, so it should be an interesting fight. Definitely going to jab his face off.
And it's one of those fights where if you're looking forward to going to the LFA fight, make sure you're there for those amateur fights early on. And with that being said, what type of fight are you expecting come, September 22nd? And what do you have to make sure you bring to the cage to get your hand raised and get that?
Let me tell you something, TJ O'Connor. Yeah. Brett By, aka the Sea Bass, is just a fish in the Pacific Ocean that is the silverback CJ Hayes. Yeah. And come September 22nd, I'm going fishing. Yeah. And at the end of my line, I think I'm reeling in a highlight reel. Yeah. That's how I predict this fight. So get your tickets now for September 22nd at Mystic Lake Casino under the lights of the LFA. Yeah, be there or be square.
Long enough pause. Hold on, you got to give it a long enough pause for that, so I can edit that part out. Ugh, now we're good.
What am I supposed to say? That was it. That was the fight. Obviously, like I said, September 22nd, LFA Casino, CJ Hayes versus Brett By. One of the biggest fights on the amateur portion of the card. So, like I said, if you buy your tickets, make sure you're there at the start time for the amateur fights, not the start time for the main card. To steal Damien's line, I don't have a question. Damien, if you do, please interject. Otherwise, CJ, this is the time where we give the platform open to thank any teammates, sponsors, anybody outside the gym that's been there for you leading to this comeback. And the platform is yours. I'm going to shut up.
Shout outs to Cellar Gym. Obviously Coach Ben, Coach Dave, Coach Pam now. She's retired. Congrats on the career, Pam. Coach Jess Hayes, now AKA Thunderhead. For all the nutrition coaching and stuff, got my diet on lockdown, what I eat, when I eat, feeling fueled up, feeling gassed up, ready to go, man. It's just looking at that clock, man, waiting for September 21st first, then going to have my steak dinner. Then I'm going to go whoop some ass on September 22nd. Other than that, shout out Saints Coast Barber, Combat Corner, Rise Cannabis. Their Rise and Shine pre-rolls are pretty awesome, and they got a brand right now called a strain called Kong. So I had to get that, and pretty fire. But other than that, I don't think there's anybody else on my list. Oh, Humble Hype. Congrats getting up in malls nowadays. That's some really, really cool clothing line, what they stand for and everything. They've been a great support. Majestic's been a really good support, just as a friend and teammate. And it's just great having the support of everybody at the gym. So shout out to Coach Chris as well. He's been sharpening me up on the feet, keeping the striking going and stuff, and Coach Lucas. I think that's everybody on my list right now. But shout out to you guys, man. You guys are fucking back, and I'm so happy, dude. This is the coolest shit. I missed these interviews, and I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be fighting right as you guys come back so we can jump right back in this shit, man. I'll see you guys on September 22nd.
We miss you, too. We miss all of you guys. You have no idea. TJ, I'll let you take over this, but, dude, we miss it.
No, I smack my kids because they've made me miss out on doing these interviews so much. I love my kids. I just smack them.
Damn, you made me do my ugly laugh.
We love it, dude. We're so happy to be back. Speaking for Damien, I know. But man, this fight is huge. We're so happy to see you getting back into the cage. I know I'm excited to be there on September 22nd. You should be there as well. CJ Hayes versus Brett By. Like I said, one of the biggest fights on the amateur card. Be there early. Big fight. Get your tickets. Damien, let them know what they should not do. It's been a while.
Oh, we don't say that anymore. But what you should absolutely not do is like this video and subscribe to Trash Talk. Trash Talk with Damien. He's fit. How did I blink? But anyway, thank you for watching this video. Everyone out there, you guys have a great night.